Alright, today we're going to modify a Radio Shack regular radio. It's a 12-587. It's one of the new radios. You can actually go to Radio Shack right now and purchase. This is the radio here, $29.99 at Radio Shack. As you can see, the regular scan feature scans between channels. You're going to hold it down to scan to the next available station, but as soon as it hits the station, it stops. It's not good for a ghost box. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to go ahead and make a ghost box out of this radio. First, we'll turn it off. First thing you do, remove the battery cover, pop out the batteries. Nice thing about this hack, it's super simple and super fast. Take out the batteries, set them aside. You remove the 2 screws in the battery compartment. All you need for this is a screwdriver. Once you get the battery compartment batteries loosened, there's 1 screw at the top, and you can remove the back cover. Wires attached, it's important to keep them attached. Inside here, there are 3 additional screws. Okay, now that we have the case cracked open, there's 3 screws here, here, and here on the first circuit board. Again, we'll zoom in on that. 1, 2, 3. All you need to do is zip those 3 screws out of there. They're a different length than the original screws, so set your first 3 aside. Once we have these 3 screws removed, we can then separate the circuit boards. Just gently and carefully to separate them, and then just take that top board and flip it over on the back. And you're going to see a pinout where it actually mates. These circuits mate with this board here. What we want to do is we want to locate the pin on the upper left. If you're looking at the case from the bottom to the top, the upper left pin. Once you've located this pin, all you need to do is bend it out of the way. Use the tip of the screwdriver to do it real easy. Real simple modification. Again, to see those pinouts. This pinout here, you can just bend it down, fold it right on down. Let me see if I can get a good angle of that for you. Once you have it bent down, reassembly begins. You just reverse the process. Line your pins up with your top circuit board. Some would even say that you don't need to put these 3 screws back into the boards. I'm a big fan of no extra parts left over. However, one just went flying off, so we're going to do this with only 2. Don't recommend using any power tools or anything on this. You can. If you do, use a bit of torque. Real easy if you use power tools to zip right through and crack your board. And then you've pretty much just wasted $30. Again, the pins on this board hold it pretty secure. The back cover will hold the board on, so if you decide to omit these 3 screws, you could. Once you've completed that step, line everything else up real nice. Fit it together so it's nice and snug. And it's just a matter of securing the back into place by putting the 3 screws into place. Alright, now that we have reassembled, we've got a screw tighten here and here, and the top one. Now if you note on those 3 screws you originally moved, one's slightly longer, that one goes on the top when you're reassembling it. Get everything nice and tight. If you notice, it originally had a strap on the side. I always get rid of my straps when disassembling. The less straps you have slapping around, the less recording issues you get while we're doing what we do. Once you have done that, you can turn your radio back on. And you can see that if you hit your scan button and hold it down, it'll begin to scan continuously. Now if you're just messing around and you hit a button, it'll automatically lock, and you'll have to rescan again. However, on the side of your radio, there's a lock button. Hit lock, and it'll continue scanning indefinitely. You've just built yourself a ghost box. That is as simple as that. Now, this is a very small, simple speaker. So I always recommend getting an external set of speakers, get a little bit better audio out of them. This particular set of speakers was $5 at Radio Shack. Adjust your volume to your preference. And there you are, scanning your frequencies, creating a ghost box, ready to ask questions. Unfortunately, I live really close to an AM station, so I get a lot of bleed over on these stations. That's how you modify the new 12-587 Radio Shack model. Very simple. You can do it in just a few minutes. However, now you've seen how it works. Whether or not it's worth anything, that's for you to decide. I still consider this highly subjective. That's your how-to for today.